one of the big things to get a good night's sleep is to make sure that we have a proper sleep schedule. And because sleep is such an overlooked part of a healthy lifestyle, and we don't really think about it as part of a healthy lifestyle, we just think, oh, I need to sleep because I'm tired. But making changes and adjustments to how you sleep can make a really big difference to your stress levels. So when you have a poor sleep schedule, in addition to throwing additional stress out into your life, you can actually get into one of these negative spirals. It gets very cyclical. So a lack of sleep can increase your stress. Just think about when you can't fall asleep and you're looking over at the alarm clock and you're just tossing and turning and then stressing out because you're going to be so tired the next day and you're worried that you can't fall asleep. And then also the stress can impact your ability to sleep. So if you've had a really stressful day, or you're going through a stressful situation at home or at work, you obviously, it's harder to kind of shut that off and fall asleep. So then again, you get into this really negative spiral, and it can just snowball out of control if left unchecked. So really the key to getting a consistent good night's sleep is getting a sleep schedule set up. So there are really three ways of getting a good quality sleep. So first is watching out what you consume, especially before bed. So obviously we're talking about food sometimes when we're talking about what we consume. So obviously caffeine is something that can keep you awake. So limiting your amount of caffeine, especially into the later afternoon, evenings. But there's also diuretics that can play a role in kind of things to avoid before bed. So diuretics such as alcohol makes you urinate, and obviously if you're urinating frequently, especially in the evening or at nighttime, then it affects your quality of sleep because you're constantly waking up. Other foods such as chocolate and spicy foods for some people can affect their sleep as well. Another thing to be careful about consuming before bed is social media and Netflix, for example. So obviously you don't want to be spending hours and hours checking out your Facebook page or watching scary movies or kind of action-packed movies for bed, because it's kind of harder for your mind or brain to kind of shut down after that. So again, that can affect your quality of sleep. The second thing when we're thinking about setting up a good sleep schedule is creating a routine that you do before bed and following it every night, including your weekends. And obviously routines can vary greatly between different people, but it's really something that you do, or several things that you do before bed, and kind of doing that every single day before bed. So for example, it could be having a warm bath, followed by brushing your teeth, followed by reading a book, and then again, going to bed right after that. That could be, again, a lot of variation to that. And again, it's just as long as you have that step-by-step pattern of things you do, it allows your body to get into a routine, which people tend to like. And then it kind of gets your body lined or ready to kind of have you can go to bed. Also, you can, before, as part of your bedtime routine, you can incorporate relaxation exercises to allow you to kind of let your body relax, get that parasympathetic nervous system kicked in, and then getting your body ready to shut down for sleep. And the third thing we can do to get into a good sleep cycle or sleep schedule is to practice good habits during the day. So first thing, getting up at a similar time every day, including weekends if possible. Creating kind of daily exercise into your routine, because exercising is one of really the best ways that you can do to get a good night's sleep. Lastly is avoiding too much time in bed during the day when you're awake. So trying not to eat in bed, trying not to watch TV in bed, although I know lots of people have TVs in their bedrooms, or like sitting in bed and playing on your phone. Again, that kind of ties into that social media Netflix thing. But it's really trying to use your bed as a sacred space to sleep,